Most people don't know that this is the time of year when doctors start to see more hemorrhoids. Yes, it's kind of disgusting, but it is true. You start to see patients with all sorts of conditions in their anus. In this case, hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids start to appear during the holidays because of alcohol, the eating that goes uncontrolled, lack of hydration, lack of water, lack of ingredients that will reduce inflammation in your colon, in your gut, in your stomach, and obviously, and therefore start to destroy the health of the last portion of your digestive system. How do you prevent this? How do you reverse this? This is extremely important because lots of people today, and especially around this time of year, are starting to see this happen and don't know what to do about it. So today, I'm going to reveal to you what to do if you have a hemorrhoids or hemorrhoids and how to solve it or reverse it. Hemorrhoids are swollen and inflamed veins in the anus and the rectum. This has a lot to do with how much inflammation you have in your colon, how circulation is going about in the last portion of your intestines, which is extremely important because your intestines have a great deal of circulation and depend a lot of your heart and how your blood, with diabetes, without diabetes, with inflammation in your colon, is actually working. So how do you get rid? Now, during the holidays, there are multiple changes. People start to eat differently, they eat more, they feel swollen. Obviously this ends up in inflamed colon, and therefore then after constipation, dehydration, and all these conditions, they start to see something that they never saw before. Before I continue, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I've always been surprised at the amount of people that watch my videos but are not yet subscribed. Maybe something that I do say in this video or later down the road in a different video, with something that you very smallly change could save you from more hemorrhoids, the hemorrhoids themselves, or save your life. Now, having said that, let's continue. Number one, you need to increase your fiber intake. Fiber is something that not many people comprehend exactly what it is. These are basically fibers. They are fibers just like what you would see on a broom that you use sometimes to clean your house if you're not using a vacuum. But fiber is very important because it softens stool and reduces straining. And you can find these in pears, apples, broccoli, spinach, kale, vegetables in general, lentils, some legumes, seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds, or even oatmeal. And this is extremely important because during the holidays, we tend to not eat fiber, tend to not consume it. We eat more meats, we eat more white rice, and even breads or pasta, things that don't really have lots of fiber in it. Guess what? It becomes harder for your stool to pass, your colon is not being cleaned out as easily, and therefore you're suffering from constipation, straining at the anus, and yes, the flowering of hemorrhoids that you might be seeing. This is extremely important, so take note and change it if you don't want to see it appear every single day and every single time you go to the bathroom. Look for something that contains fiber, something like Lexiprune, OxyClean, Appleizer, GI Balance from Fineland at FinelandVitamins.com. Number two, you need to increase your water intake. Water is what cleans your colon, cleans your digestive system. If you're not drinking enough water, well, you're going to see constipation. You are going to see hemorrhoids because you're probably with a less blood pressure that is later on affecting the small veins in your anus, causing you hemorrhoids, straining that effort to go to the bathroom. You need plain water. You need herbal teas, coconut water, water with lemon, any water you want that will combat dehydration in order for you not to see hemorrhoids. So think about it again. If you're in the holidays and you're seeing that you're not drinking enough water, you're drinking sodas, alcohol, coffee, all these dehydrating drinks, well, you're going to see more hemorrhoids come along. Look for something that can help you out, something that can reduce that inflammation, even though you might not be hydrated as you should. Look for something like D-enzymes, Colubgon, GI Balance, or even Probillion or Woman's Probillion from Fineland at FinelandVitamins.com. Number three, avoid constipation. Constipation is what is going to just make things a lot worse. A lot of people are afraid of going to the bathroom because they might feel that they are constipated and they know that it's going to bleed, that hemorrhoids are going to appear. So you need to combat constipation. You need to move. You need exercise. You need to walk. Make sure that you're not sitting around all day. This is extremely important. It's one of the best ways to combat constipation. Drinking lots of water is another way. Eating lots of fiber. I've already talked about this. This is extremely important when it comes to producing those hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids, remember, are just the flowering of veins and arteries arteries in your anus. And this happens because you might be just having to defecate really hard stool, like stones, like little circles. This is what is going to cause that problem. So you might want to start to consume fruits that will help you with constipation also, like prunes, papaya, kiwi, oatmeal. All of these will help. Number 4, limit your toilet time. When you sit at a toilet, remember, you're gonna sit just to do number 2. That's all you need. You might need what, like 2-3 minutes, and then get up and go. Because if you're sitting around, let's say all day in your car, at work, maybe in a hot spot, at a truck, or whatever you're doing every day, you are putting pressure on that rectum. If you're sitting in a toilet, you're putting even more pressure because you're opening up the middle part. There's no inside part to the seat. Nothing is sustaining you. And you have all your intestines, everything pushing down and just making things worse for hemorrhoids to appear. Try to limit the time that you're sitting on the toilet. Limit your screen time. Don't be looking at your phone. This is going to cause more hemorrhoids. And when I say that phones are causing hemorrhoids, people don't believe me, but it is true. Number 5, reduce the intake of alcohols and processed foods. Inflammation is one of the worst things we see today that is causing us heart attacks, diabetes, hemorrhoids, right? Right, because what happens is you become inflamed in your colon. Circulation is damaged. You might see too much food, constipation, dehydration, just because you're consuming foods that are not natural. Or you're consuming too much alcohol that is dehydrating for your body. If you are dehydrated, you don't have enough blood, you don't have enough circulation, you again are suffering from constipation and you're seeing hemorrhoids. So reduce your alcohol intake. Reduce the processed foods you're eating every day. Try to make sure that circulation is well functioning and not inflamed in your colon, causing you for this to appear much more. Look for something that can reduce inflammation. Something like Colubgon, GI Balance, Probilion, Ulcer A or Pilochase from Fineland at finelandvitamins.com. Don't forget to give us a like button. Don't forget to share, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.